Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Stephanie, the creative girl behind the designs. If you're stopping by my channel for the first time, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notification alerts so that you know when I post my next video. In today's video, we're going to be setting up my Halloween week in my Classic Happy Planner, and I am going to be doing not only a dual theme spread, I will also be using the stickers. Stay tuned. Okay, so as you know, if you have a Happy Planner, the Halloween day falls into technically November. So the way they set up the weeks obviously is 7 days a week, and Halloween happens to fall in the first week of November. So I am going to be doing a dual theme spread to not only cover Halloween, but also kind of a fall, pumpkin-y vibe. So I'm going to take these pages out and we're going to get started because I have a lot I think I want to incorporate and I want to see how it's going to come out. Sometimes you have an idea and then it just doesn't turn out right. Okay, so here is the week. I have Monday and Tuesday that are still under October, and then the rest of it's going to be November. So I'm going to be using the stickers. I have some scrap, or not so much scrap, but odds and ends stickers that I'll be incorporating. I also, of course, have some Happy Planner stickers that I may or may not use, as well as, of course, my colorful boxes and some scrap paper. So I'm going to set my little ghosty. Isn't he cute? Look how cute he is. Right next to Jack. Okay. So let me pull this out so you can see the scrap paper in its entirety. So this paper kind of has a very good Halloween vibe. Let me see if I can get that all in there. It's a 12 by 12 scrap piece of paper. Or scrapbook paper, and I believe I may have got this from Joann's. And we don't do a Halloween party or anything. My daughter's getting older. She doesn't really, dress up per se. And so, I don't really have a big use for this, but that is why I am going to use it in my planner. So I am going to be setting up kind of, right now the plan is, although the 1st of November falls on this left page, it may incorporate some of the Halloween theme. But then by the right side page, I'll be jumping right into the fall stuff. So I'm going to move, for this start, I'm going to move the one side of the paper out of the picture because this is the side I need to work with. Now, I am going to be using this paper. If you look at it, so kind of like from about there to down here, or even if I started it there, you can see that I almost fit the Happy Planner size. So I think what I'm going to do first is probably cut it down. Okay. So I just pulled out my paper cutter, and I am going to I'm not going to cut this way. I'm really only going to cut this way for now. So I'm not going to go down the pumpkin edge just yet, but I'm going to go this way. So I'm just measuring for height. And I want to make sure I get at least the bottom of the one pumpkin in the cutting. At least then it will be even. So I think if I just do it right to the paper edge, that'll work perfectly. All right. So I apologize if this isn't entirely in frame. Let me see if I can move this here. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, so all I'm doing is measuring to the height of the paper. I expect that I will go right to the edge, And I'm just going to do it right to the, I'm going to take the Happy Planner paper right to the top of the Halloween paper. Should be an even amount of space here. And then it just gives me that last jack-o'-lantern on the paper, which I can use for another project. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And I'm going to put this aside because, as I said, I can use that for another project. Okay. So with the pumpkins, let me bring this back over here, or jack-o'-lanterns. I am planning on, so the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of fussy cut it down by hand. I'm not going to use my cutter. It is going to filter over, and there are parts of it that I may cut off just to get it in there as much as possible. So for now, all I'm going to do is tear it. Now, let me see if I have a scrap piece of paper I can show you. Well, let me just take a piece of this. Okay, so when you're ripping paper, if you want to put it in your planner, if you rip up, you're going to get the white edge, if you can see that. I did do my nails, just so you know, for this particular video, and it was very much a challenge. So some of them don't look the best, but that's a side point. I deviated, sorry about that. Okay, so if you pull up, you're going to get a white edge. If you pull down, you'll get the regular color, the top color that you're pulling the paper from. So with this, it wouldn't be bad either way if I had the white edge or the black edge. But I think what I'm going to do is go with the black edge for now. And I'm just going to kind of tear it down as close as I can to the edge of this pumpkin. And as you know, if you're working with a 12 by 12, the farther you get down, the harder it is. So I just don't want to take too much of, I don't want to take any of the pumpkin off on this edge. So I'm just being very careful to not rip that jack-o'-lantern. And I'm going to leave some of the paper in the middle for now. I don't foresee that I won't keep it like that, so I just want this nice organic edge. So sometimes too, like as you're cutting down, if you use your finger as a guide, it'll help the paper rip a little easier because it has something to work from. Plus it helps you keep control of where the rip is happening. But more importantly, just go slow, because the minute you speed things up, you know what's going to happen. Okay, so let me get this piece of paper out of the way. Ooh, almost knocked over one of the lamps. Okay, I think I got it back where it needs to be. All right, so as you can tell, I am going to be needing to trim off a particular amount. So let's see, how much am I trimming? And as with anything that I'm doing, I will not throw this piece out. Whatever I cut off, I won't throw out, simply because I can use it on another project. I'm just looking to see how much of my pumpkin's going to get chopped off. So if I push this over, I think I'm going to push it over to the very edge, which does really take away some of my checklist here, but I'm not worried about that. So I think that's how I'm going to do it. So to make sure that I put my sticky, like my adhesive in the right spot, I'm just going to kind of mark the page roughly so that I know how far to go over. All right, so now I'm going to use my Tombow adhesive dots, which I love using. Okay, so we're doing all this edge here. So I am going to give it a nice coating of stickiness. And let's go down this edge. All right. The harder part is getting the pumpkins because they're obviously on an angle. But I'm just going to kind of toss in some pieces here and there along the edge. Give it a good one down the side here. And we should be good to go. Let's see. Now, it's always a challenge to get this back lined back up. So what I'm going to do, luckily this is removable, so if something were not to be right, I can always take it off and start over. So I am not going to worry about what is on the other side. So this is a chance I'm going to take. It wasn't totally lined up to where I wanted, but we're going to go with it. It actually just has this little area, which is fine. I have a plan. So, okay, so I am going to use my scissors to go down the edge. Excuse me, I think this cooler weather we're having is wonderful, but it definitely activates the allergies. So I'm going to make sure I don't get this stuck on anything. So I'm going to set this far aside. Let's see. Okay. So it has a nice clean edge. I think I did pretty good. And the top, again, it measured out perfectly. I mean, I probably could trim this off just a smidge. So you can start seeing, I'm actually going to, so I can get a good angle here for you. I'm going to move them on either side. So here is the week thus far. Now I have my stickers. Let's see, this sticker set, again, leftovers. I've used some, but I'm going to use the stickers. So these are going to go on that side. Ooh, I was going to use those. So if you remember these little ghosties from the Target Dollar Spot sticky note set, I had grabbed a couple out so I wouldn't forget. I have these, which I may or may not use. They do have a shine to them. So they're going to be off to the side. And then I have, of course, my Happy Planner stickers now. So here's my ghost. These are going to go on this side. This is going to go on this side. Okay. Just checking it out and see what I got. I also, as you know, have off to the side some washi, which I'm going to take a peek at because I might be using a dual washi. I don't know. Let's see. So again, everything has kind of that orange and, autumn pumpkin vibe going on. But I do know, since, at least on this side, I'm going to start putting some things down because then I know what I've got for where. So let's set that aside for a second. I've got these 2 leftover stickers and I am going to put one up top and then I'll put one down here. And that will use up those 2. Now I have these bullet points, but I don't know if they're going to line up with this. So I'm going to have to play that out. I did not measure for that. And then this one can go down here. Which again, I'm going to do the left side Halloween, the right side as fall. This is November 1st, but I'm just going to put this here. All right. Now my lists, let's see how well these match up. Let's do these here. How well? They're pretty good. We'll go with it. Let's see. So I'm going to put it right to the top then. Just measuring it out. Now with this, let me show you. I have, these are flags, so the very end of it has the banner to it. I have a spare, so I think what I'll do is I'll start out with the double, and then I'll go into the banner, and then I can leave the tail on there without cutting it off. So let's get this one on here. And then the flag will follow right below that. Hopefully the edges will line up pretty good. I am just going to, no, I'll overlay this. It's showing too much, so I'm just going to trim off the edge. Okay, so it's not a perfect alignment to the lines on here, but it does work. I do see, I'm going to use the orange on this edge, but I'm going to put, I think, one of these on this little 2 dot here. 2 dot spot, we'll call it. So I'm going to tuck that up under that edge. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to start out with the 2. I mean, I'm doing this as my last, potentially my last October spread. I am running full speed ahead with the holidays. I'm getting ready in advance. I'm getting my planners prepared. I have a lot of fun stuff to be sharing with you soon, so stay tuned for that. It's just so much fun planning holidays. At least I think so. All right, so this one here, I'm going to run straight down. It does filter over, but again, I'm not really worried about, okay, so let me finish that. I'm not worried about 100% that things like this are, you know, carrying over, because this is use the stickers, and once you get in your writing and all the other things, you don't see these little things. I mean, maybe some people will, and again, it all depends on you, the things that bother you and so forth. But for me, they don't bother me, because once I start writing in it, I'm good to go. I don't even notice it anymore. So I'm going to put those there. I mean, to me, and look, I'm now finished. Here's one sheet finished. Or I should say one more sheet, because, as you know, I've been using the stickers. So let's see. Oh, let me go here. And this is a great example of using the stickers, because I mean, I love this idea. It might bother some, but for me, it doesn't bother me. I love this idea of a dual theme spread. It just is interesting to me because it's different. So I also still have over here my ghosts that I am going to use. So I am going to put one sticky note, and I'm going to give it a little bit of extra sticky here. I just want to ensure that it stays down. And then I always give a little bit more even on the sticky part, because sometimes it just doesn't stick. Okay. And then before I go too far, I just want to see if yeah, you know, I have this little boo sticker, and there's another one, but I'm thinking now, I think I want to hold on to that till next year. I could get another spread on that, and I think it would clash with my little pumpkin thing going on. So I think I'm going to save that one. I was initially going to use it, but now I think I'm going to save it. Okay, so here's my ghost. And let's see. I think I'm going to put this one up here. And what I may do is edge that one. Okay, so for this ghost, it's really kind of hard to see it against the white paper. So what I think I'm going to do is I grabbed out my, this is one of the Tim Holtz, if I can get it out without making a mess. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So this is one of the Tim Holtz distressed inks. It's on a dabber, and I am going to use it. I think this is the black soot. Let me just show you. So I do have the larger ones, but I'm just going to pull out the smaller one for the purpose of the video. And basically what I'm going to do is dab this. I'm going to have to take it back off again. Okay, yes. I want to make sure I have the black ink on my dabber. And I'm just going to pull up the ghost. Okay, I may put some more sticky on the back, and I'm just going to get some ink on it, and I'm just going to brush the edge lightly. By doing this, I'll be able to see this against the paper now. And if I had done it on the paper, it would have ruined that paper. Like it would have come off around it, and I didn't want to do that. So all I'm doing is just gently adding a little color around the edges, just to make it stand out. So this is sort of a use the stickers and a scrapbook spread. Okay, let me cover this so it doesn't dry out. All right, so my ghost is a little more noticeable, but I am going to put down some more adhesive, just to make sure it sticks. And then I'm just going to put it right back where it was, give or take. Hopefully it's in about the same spot so that there is no ink or sticky coming out on the other sides. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. So I've got my ghosty, I've used the Halloween stickers. I am still going to decorate some more, but before I do that, I want to come over to this side because I want to get in just some general, and this is why this is going to work, is because, let me get this dust off here. This has like the orange tones in it. And as does this, it has a pumpkin. So, you know, when you are doing a dual spread and you want to use the stickers, be sure that your stickers kind of complement each other if you're doing this kind of a dual spread like this. And, you know, I could have carried the Halloween over, but I kind of just didn't want to. I wanted the dual look to it. Plus, I've had these 2 sheets of stickers like floating around my craft room, so I wanted to get them used. So I'm going to do, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got enough for that. I don't know if I'll use the red because there's nothing red. But these 2 stickers, I am going to put, I'm going to mirror my other page and do the same thing. I'm going to put one at the bottom, one at the top. And I purposely saved the lighter one for the top because I can write over this and I'll be able to see it just as easy if it was, you know, the paper here. So I'm just going to kind of pop this in here. So if I do 2, let me cut one down. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut one down so that I can have the same setup as this. So I'm going to use one as my pieces. All right. So we'll get this in on Thursday. And then I'm just going to add this in at the bottom. I like challenging the spreads that I do because by making it challenging, I'm expanding my creativity. I'm learning new things. I'm learning what works, what doesn't. And, you know, no, there really isn't a planner spread I've ever seen anyway that was so horrible looking after that, you know, you just couldn't live with it. Again, that's my opinion, but the way I see it, you can't go wrong. So by all means, experiment, try new things. In the end, I'm hoping this looks good. But by the time I finish writing on it, it's going to look perfectly fine. So I am going to add, I've got one more here to do. And I'm going to skip Saturday, I think. So I'm just taking this flag off the edge because I'm not needing that. I'm going to skip Saturday and go to Sunday. I sometimes, you know, will do errands on Saturday and so forth, so I don't always get to something. But at least not in the sense of this to-do list. So I am going to take for Saturday, and I'm going to add it down here. I feel like there's dust everywhere. My apologies for. And with November here, I think I want to make a super long list. So I am going to pull this one up a bit. Just 2 days into November. Let me put this one down so that I can pull this up. Do a little sticker surgery. And let's see, I'm going to cut this flag off the edge. All right. And then I'm going to add this one right below it. Because I have a lot coming in November. I have a lot I'm doing, and I kind of want to start getting a head start on it and making sure that I don't miss a beat. So I am going to make my super long list start in November. Okay, so I still have a few other decor pieces. I have some of these flags. I can't tell what is dusty and what isn't. I am going to grab this. I don't think I need the payday. I think I'm going to forego that. Let's see. I'm going to grab the orange header. So not always will I get all the stickers used. Like, for example, I could use these to-do stickers and I will keep them, but I won't use them in this spread because there's not a whole lot of red going on. So let's see, we've got Friday. So I think I want to put this right at the top. Now, the other thing with having something like this, I can also put a quote in there. That would work equally as well. All right. My little ghostie's coming up a bit. It'll stick down after it gets squashed into the planner a bit. And let's see, I'm not going to put headers on these lists here. So I have, again, I'm not using red. And then there's the gold color, which I potentially could have used over here, but that's okay. So I'm going to grab some of these decor pieces, and I'm just going to throw them in there. I'm going to leave, I think I may leave the red out of this. Okay. Yeah, because we're kind of getting past the point of having green anywhere. I don't know how it is in your area, but, you know, we're kind of getting into the big, you know, seasonal shift and getting to where, you know, our leaves are ready for leaf peeping. So I think I'm going to put this one here. And then what I want to do, I actually now think I'm going to add this leaf after all, because I kind of want to do something up here like this, just as a little decoration. Okay, so for now, again, I have not used these stickers up, but I am going to hold on to them. And I'm thinking, does this yellow? No, it's a bit of a different yellow, so I'm not going to use that. Okay. All right, so see, you can already kind of see it kind of going into this. It works. It just works. So let's keep going. I have over in my colorful stickers, I am looking for a black box that I can carry over. I'm looking for the right one. I don't want it lined. And I think what I'm going to do is use a combination. Where's my little ones? Oop, I may have used, oh, I got one left. Perfect. Okay, so I'm pulling out two sizes. I've got this size, as well as one of the longer boxes. So I'm going to put this one on this side. Let's see if it's going to fit here. Okay, there's one. And then I think I'm going to stick with the dot grid theme. As you know, from all my past spreads, I do, when it comes time to using the stickers, I do incorporate the boxes quite frequently because they just work. Why mess up a good thing, right? They work, so I just want to make sure I use them. So I'm going to stick this one along the edge over here. Let's see, we've got, that's 2 burgundy. I could use this one. I like the bat. So I'm going to grab that one. And I'm not using these bigger stickers. I had used a lot of these in the past spreads, as you know. So I'm just going to scan quick, make sure. I think I'm going to use this. So let me do that. I had it open to that when I first came in, as you saw. And then there's this. Oops. And then that's all fall. So let me get this one in. And I'm going to kind of tuck this one right over here. And then I'm going to use, again, since it's kind of got this orange vibe working, I'm going to use the washi strip. Instead of using washi itself, I'm going to use these washi strips. And because I put scrapbook paper on the side over here, this works out perfectly. All right. And then I'm going to put the longer one on the other side. Now, I'd like to, if I can, get it lined up in the same spot. So let me take a moment to do that. Okay, I had to wrestle with that a bit. That was some pretty sticky tape. Just so you know, those washi strips are pretty sticky. Okay, so I just took a quick look through and I saw this orange coffee and I want to incorporate this over here. So I think I'm either going to pull up this a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to pull that up a bit. I want it to go right under there. Because while National Coffee Day is behind us, you know, if you love fall, and actually that's going to, so I'm going to change the direction a bit. You know, it's all about pumpkin spice season, y'all. You know how that goes. I don't mind. Okay, cute. Now, I do want to get a header up here because it is like kind of just hanging out there. So I do have a header that I can use, and that is, let's see. Okay. I had a couple pages. So I had this one marked because it had the green in it, which this, you know, this side has some green in it, not anything over here other than the stems. So that is an option. And then I also have these over here, which color-wise, we're probably looking at something like orange. So because I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet, I think I'm going to go with, although I just feel like that sticks out so much. Let's see. Let's pull it out and see. Can't hurt, right? And then I'll hold that page there. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. I think I'm going to go with it. So I can add in some decorative elements. I do want to carry in some, that actually almost looks a little bit red, but that's okay. I do want to carry in a bit of mild liner or dot. I think I want to use this one. So this is, so that's a nice golden yellow. So that can work for both sides. And I do not have it in a brush. So all I'm going to do is carry over, I'm going to do up here. I'm going to do every other one. There is a couple dogs walking by, just barking in case you hear. And there goes our dog. They're all crazy. Okay, and then I'm going to do Sunday too. So let's see, I went down here. Tis the season, little doggies are barking at each other. Okay, so while this may look busy, by the time all the writing goes in it, you won't even see it. Like it will not even, you won't think twice about it. So I'm going to continue on this side with the same. Now this can act as a bullet list, you know, the lines in here, or it can just, you know, be decorative. You can do a journal in there, a little journaling. And I'm going to go down as far as I can go, as far as I can get with this. Okay. So I don't want to put any more lines. I am going to pull in, I want to get something more green over here because I have this green here. And then also, don't forget to check out the shop. Let me show you. While this one isn't available in the shop, this is the cotton thread bracelets. So be sure to check out the shop, as I do add things regularly. This one here, I need to get a box in, like another header like this. I don't like it to be so different. So let me grab another header for that. Okay, so I found this small, it's a smaller one, but it's still green. It is going to bring in a bit more green over here. Or you know what, I'm going to put it down here, and I may change that over there. Because I felt like if I put it here, it's going to be in contrast too much. Okay, so what I did was I stepped aside and just pulled out some other stickers that I felt went with this, just to finish doing what I wanted to do. And while I did that, I happened to find a sticker that looks very similar to this. It's just a box. And I think I'm going to use that on this side to give it a bit more depth, because this one area just looks very plain to me. So I think I'm going to put it in here. I don't know if it's the right side or not. I think they're pumpkins. Yes, I think this is the right way. And then let me make sure it's straight before I stick it down. Looks good. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. And then I grabbed, it's not a dark orange, but it's orange enough. This is a very, that wasn't the result I was looking for, but this doesn't match either. Okay, I gotta take it off. So I'm struggling to find something to put in that spot. So I think what I'm gonna do is I am going to use some washi. So, all right, I think I'll take this in a different direction. I'll try black. Even though that's not really a header, I can make this work. So I'm just going to cut off a piece. And I am going to get this in up here. Okay. Now, to get these two, let me take that out of the way. I have started and stopped this one area over here quite a bit. So I apologize if it comes across clunky. But I was trying to find, amidst all this dust in my craft room, something that would fit above those boxes, because it was bothering me that it wasn't like filled in. Okay, let's try this again. Dual spreads are challenging. And it is definitely challenging me. But I'm going to work with it. I'm going to make it work. So I can pull orange over, or I can pull some of this. I may do both. Let's shoot for the orange, only because I feel like there's a lot of the gold now that I did the striping. So let's try this one. Let's see if this is going to work. Okay. I'm going to get this above this box. And I'm going to actually just put one right in the middle over here, or actually right above this. I'm just kind of throwing some color around. And in this case, I'm not exactly following the color theme as much as I'm following the technique of adding in the washi. Now over here, it is in the way of this last bullet item, but I think I'm going to take that off. Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do is then I'm going to add some orange to this box. Have no fear, everything is fixable. So I took off some washi, I put it down, took it off, and it pulled the paper up. So I'm going to pull back over my colorful boxes. And I think maybe to tie it in, I may look for a black one. Let's see. All right, so I think I have both of them represented. I've got oranges, blacks, greens. For me, balancing, so, you know, I talk about the using your boxes, which you should, but for me, balancing your pages is what's going to help make it look cohesive. So, you know, I've incorporated the same colors, the same theme, so to speak, so like pumpkins, you know, and things of that nature. So that is going to help make it seem more cohesive simply by adding in similar elements. Now, I do have some handwritten plans. Okay, so excuse me again. I stepped off to grab more sticker books. I was looking for a particular one that I am not finding, so I will not be able to incorporate that, but I wanted to look through my quotes and see if it has what I wanted to put here. I am going to, because I saw this little circle that I think will fit up here. All right, and then I'm gonna grab this quote to put into this box here. I love throwing in quotes here and there. So this one's a bit big, so I'm just going to trim down the edge. All right. That works. Okay, so I decided to add in a few of these stickers. I had to step off to grab one of these washies, which is this. I have a whole, I kept a tube for like the cameras and typewriters, and I love these little vintage cameras. I think they're so fun to use, and since they're black, I want to kind of incorporate some of these. And I am going to use, and they're on transparent tape, so it works out perfectly. See how it just blends right in? You don't even see it. I love that. And then I've got a little spot for this one. Now, this, I'm going to leave it. I was going to say it's bugging me, but I'm going to leave it. Okay, so I'm going to put this away. I only wanted to kind of toss around a couple of those and get those in the spread. And let's see. Now, usually I will go through and, as you know, give my top of my page a swash of color. So I'm going to do, I'm going to use my gray mild liner because I don't want to add any more color to this. So I'm just going to kind of go through, I think it's the paper. I think the paper edge is giving me, every time I turn around, there's dust. Again, just a side point. All right, so I'm just going to give us a swatch of color. Let me get this one just a little more. Oop, that made it a little darker, but that's okay. Okay, so I have my Halloween week / November week all set and ready to go. I'm heading into, this is being done early, so you'll get this, but I wanted to just kind of highlight and show how you can use your stickers by decorating with scrap paper. So the scrapbook paper, I've used stickers, I've incorporated other elements of stickers, so like little washi cameras, quote stickers, just to kind of fill that in. I've added in some color. I've tied the two colors together with black and the golds, some greens. And so that is what's giving my pages a very cohesive look, especially when you're merging two themes into one spread. So I hope this made sense. I hope I didn't annoy you too much with the starts and stops and, you know, getting through this, but the end result, I love how it came out. I'm good with this spread. I don't know that there's anything I would not have done again. And so I'm just extremely happy with how it came out. So I hope you have enjoyed this, me working through this spread with you, this dual spread and use the stickers, and that I have inspired you to do something creative today and every day, and that you create your beautiful life one plan at a time. Thank you for watching.